Have you nailed down our little hiccup yet? Sir? The odd reading? No, sir.
Talk. You're gonna want to talk.
Into the microphone?
Not like it's sensitive enough where like you don't have to like get right up on it.
Oh, like
but
this?
just like
I have to do like this.
in its general direction would be good. It's a good idea. Oh, before we get started, I have to tell you the Shadow did something that I've only ever seen her do once, which is leave us a present.
A rat.
2 birds.
Oh yes, my bitch.
It couldn't be anybody else. It's got to be her, right?
Yeah. Are you seeing some other cats bringing?
I just can't imagine her not just 1 but 2.
Because she knows I hate them.
They would be adorable if they were alive, but they were corpses.
I don't care.
And they were right there at the
I hate
door.
birds. They're murderous assholes.
Well, that'll do it. So I think we've got good. Yeah. I hope you can hear all the fizz in this delectable southern soda that Lester's drinking. But welcome to an Oddcast of odd readings. That's what I'm calling it now. That's clever, isn't it? I just thought of that today. It's an Oddcast.
Okay.
Is that not the best thing? Or you think everybody else has done it like it's been done a million times? Maybe. I'm not a very original person.
I don't know that I haven't listened to that many podcasts to know the kind of research.
Yeah. I try Google. Well, Odd Readings is definitely, the coolest thing that I've ever come up with. So that name's staying, but I'm calling the act of what we're doing is we're making an Oddcast.
I get it. Yeah.
It's very clever.
I think it's funnier when you overly explain it.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. That's what we're doing here. But this is a special emergency Oddcast because somebody decided to hit the panic button and call an emergency meeting and decided that we all needed.
This?
You did this,
You're
Lester.
so full of shit.
You did this. I am your host,
You
AJ
talked about
Scott.
this, I swear, like at Christmas time.
And
when
Leslie,
did I read this book?
I don't know. It wasn't Christmas time. You read it over a summer vacation.
I did.
And we're talking about a book that was just so.
Summer's over.
That's what.
Isn't that what last weekend was all about?
Well, that's what. Okay, you know who else says that? Your mom. And I'm not being flippant about that. Your mom was literally like lamenting, well, I guess summer's over. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, Labor Day. And no, it's not 1960 anymore. Summer goes until the leaves turn brown. But
so we can just wear our white shoes. Just keep on wearing
them.
Yeah,
as much as you want.
Our gloves.
Well, except for when you're working in your victory garden, I guess. Waiting for me to get off the train back home from my job in advertising in the city.
I'm never putting my white purse up. Ever.
All right, well, tell us the title of this book that you've had to call this very important emergency meeting over. That was so... You requested this.
Didn't. You asked me to do this over the summer, and then I reminded you that you never did, and I was
but
like...
But this was specifically...
Probably gonna forget about this, but I said it was a good book. And
this
you
was
to
a
me
memorable...
About book.
Yeah.
Well...
But this is the one you said this one stood out.
Memorably annoying, yes.
Memorably annoying.
Yeah, made me actively mad.
Okay, so tell us what is the title of the book?
It's called Billy Summers.
And is it by some unknown artist that we haven't heard of
People
before?
have never heard of this guy. He writes these scary books. Stephen King.
Stephen King, one of the most
pluralized,
prolific writers of his boomer generation.
I mean, I guess.
And he's normally pretty formulaic, but you're saying that this was...
Oh.
You don't think so? Just a bunch of gobbledygook, and then like his Tabitha comes in the end and then forces him to write an ending as he sobers up for some cocktail party that he's getting paid to show up at?
Yeah. But I mean, a chaotic formula? I don't know.
So is this a scary book? Would you call it horror?
No. No. It's pretty, kind of gory, but it's definitely not scary, like spooky scary. It's got some horrible things that happen in it. Some scary, terrible things.
Graphic, I imagine.
Yeah.
Super graphic. So what's the overall plot line of it?
Okay, so Billy Summers, he's assassin. A Mo assassin.
He's a Mo assassin, right?
And
so he kills people for money.
Yes.
Specifically, okay.
And
is he also just a blind murderer? Is it just for the dollar bills?
No. Well, it is for the dollar. I think he has some scruples though. Like they established at the very beginning of the movie that he has to play stupid with these gangsters, or the book.
Are they making a movie though? Do you think this is movie-like material?
No, this would be the worst movie ever.
Okay.
So no.
So they establish he's got a code of ethics at the beginning of the story.
And also, like, he has to play dumb for these gangsters, which I think the gangsters should be offended if they read this book.
So, but he's not dumb. He's just playing dumb?
And he reads a lot. That's,
okay. It's very fitting for the Oddcast. Because that's what we're about here.
I like to read a lot.
Are you a Mo assassin?
Maybe.
Okay.
You can't say it on your Oddcast, then everyone will know.
Okay, fair enough. You need plausible deniability.
I don't want to get you in trouble, babe.
So we've established that he's an assassin. He's well read. He's dealing with gangsters, criminals, of course, because I mean the government trains their own.
And like all like, I don't know. I guess whenever you pick up the book, like how to write a bad assassin, they're always thinking about quitting. Like this is their last job. I don't know why.
Just one more job before they retire.
Yeah. Does it not seem?
Is that this? Is this the same way? Just every time he tries to get out, they just pull him back in like Godfather 3?
No, not like that. Like this is really about his last job. Like he's saying this is going to be his last job.
Okay, so that's the actual setup then.
Yes.
Okay.
It just seems like that's a lot of the setup.
No, it's pretty corny. Yeah, it's pretty basic, but that's fine. That's fine though.
Okay.
That's fine.
So
clearly something goes.
He's been doing this a while. He has like a system in place where he doesn't get caught, and
And the story is about how the system goes perfectly and nothing bad, nothing interrupts his protagonation. That's a word I just made up.
I don't know what that means.
He's a protagonist. The idea of the protagonist is everything's going along hunky-dory, and then something messes it all up.
Yeah, it's going to go right. I think the things that I am pointing out to you, what would that foreshadowing? Anyway, so his system contacts him and is like, hey, you're going to want to do this job. It pays. I can't remember exactly, but what they're offering is like $2 million, and he usually only makes like I think he says his highest pay was like $600,000 or something like that. And this is
this is the big score.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for.
Yeah, not that we've really been waiting for. He doesn't.
It sounds like a setup to me.
Does it?
I mean, if I've ever watched a movie in my life ever, yeah, it kind of sounds like it's too good to be true.
I know.
So of course I'm wrong about that, right? There's no way it would be such an important.
He even mentions this.
Okay, so it's acknowledged. That's good.
It's acknowledged that
right.
He shouldn't take this job. Like everything about it doesn't seem like a good idea.
Okay.
Has a lot of red flags.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and meets the people that he's talking about, and what it is they try to sell it to him that he's making this much money because it has to happen at a certain time. Like apparently somebody's getting out of jail and they're going to be arraigned in this like small town. I think it's in California. I'm not good at details. But anyway, so he's going to have to go live in this town for like 2, maybe 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And get a whole fake identity thing and
be undercover.
Yeah.
Right.
And so what they pitched to him is being a writer. And
so the protagonist is a writer. That is unique to Stephen King. It's one of the first times I've ever heard of him doing that. So go on. I didn't mean to interrupt. I love Stephen King, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes he sits down and goes, step 1, he's a writer. Step 2, this shit I saw in a movie when I was 12. Step 3, oh, there's a ghost, or so. I mean, we said there's no ghost in this, but, like, it wouldn't surprise me if there was.
Well, anyway, so, he's been playing dumb for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And,
now, how does he play dumb? Does he act like he has, like, lost mental faculties? Okay.
Like he's just not this... So, like, he reads a lot, but he doesn't let any of these contacts of his, like, catch him reading, like, real books. He's reading, like, Nietzsche and shit. Like, stuff that nobody reads, number one.
Right.
And... I mean, I would buy it more if, like, he's had a bunch of Agatha Christie's, like, all around.
So they're selling us that he's an intellectual because he's reading philosophy in his spare time from
There's a couple of other ones that they mentioned. I can't even remember.
Okay.
Because the whole time, I'm like, if he's really a reader, he's got some of those, like, sisterhood books.
Well, it's like what we talked about. You start getting so deep that you run out of stuff to read.
The One for the Money.
Yeah.
Bell Bondsman.
You get into L. Ron Hubbard and start really
True Blood.
Contemplating. Yeah, the Sookie Stackhouse books.
Can't put those
and you're
down.
Like, these are absurd as you buy 3 more of them.
Yes, because they're so awesome.
Right.
That's what avid readers read.
No, I'm aware. I've known many a book addict.
So anyway, like, when they come around... he's always reading comics and stuff. And so they pitch in this writer thing, which in his mind he's like, yeah, I could totally do that. But he doesn't want to act like he's smart enough to do that. Which, I'm telling you, honestly, him acting dumb, I don't get it.
He's trying to pull off the old double fake back switch, double cross, reverse a ruse switch.
In a book that he's writing that I'm reading, like...
Yeah. Oh, is it written from the perspective of Billy Summers? Oh,
yes.
Okay. So this is, as he's pretending to be a writer, this is the book that he wrote?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. It's very clever and original and never been done before. Like, I'm genuinely shocked that we've never seen this.
Why are you being such a dick?
I don't know. I love Stephen King. I hope someday in the far-flung future he hears this podcast and just thinks, what the fuck? What'd I do to you, AJ?
I read a lot of Stephen King.
I love Stephen King.
I mean, he could send me free books or shit. And you know how much my book habit costs.
I do. Been late on the rent quite a few times. I really wish you'd just take up gambling. Okay, so he's a writer. He's having trouble trying to balance being dumb and being a writer.
No, but he's never written before. But they pitch him this idea and he decides he's going to do it.
Uh-huh.
But, like, at first he has to act like he doesn't want to because he's playing the dumb role. So, it all intrigues him. Like, acting like a writer. Because then he's like, I wonder if I have read all these books. I wonder if I could write a book. I mean... And, this big payoff or whatever. So, like I said, he has to go to this place, and so they're gonna make him be a writer, but he's like a bad drinking writer. I don't know where Stephen King got that from.
Yeah, that's.
But he's blown all of his advance money, and so now
is this the character or has
the character? This is the character.
So Billy Summers isn't actually a bad drinker.
No.
He's just like.
This is the story they're concocting.
Okay.
Because they got to shoot this guy in front of a courthouse, like at a certain time. So he has to have this office building, where he can get this shot.
Oh, yeah.
So,
this is all to lead up to us. I mean, I get that, but it's just this character that it's just the same guy from Salem's Lot.
They are very into this. I never thought that criminals go into this kind of, like, to shoot somebody? Come on. But anyway, they're very going detailed in this story. So he has to have this office because his editor, does that seem right? His editor is making him have that or publisher? Publicist. I think publisher.
We're not successful enough in any of these avenues to know how that works.
I think it's his publisher, has rented him this office that he has to come work in every day and got him a house. So because he's been partying in New York, wherever he was from, and
Whoa.
so then he gets this office thing. So in the first half of the book, I get what Stephen King's trying to do, but damn, it goes so slow because he wants you to feel like how this guy feels, because he's just waiting around in this office, supposed to be writing a book.
Stephen King wrote a book to expand on the feeling of boredom.
Yes.
So he's really trying to bring in new readers that don't read a lot and don't.
I don't know.
Everything
It's so crazy, and then it's just like, I know this job's gonna go bad. I just need to stop reading this book right now. Like I know what's gonna happen, but I need to know. So just when you are so bored, like you just can't even take yourself. The guy is, and he like is double crossing him because he's got a secret identity in this town. Oh, it's so deep, man. And that guy's a computer programmer.
Wait, the same guy, Billy Summers?
Yes.
He's also a computer programmer.
Yes. And so
Okay.
he rents this like basement apartment on the other side of town because he feels like this job is going to go bad. He's making his own out.
Right.
And
because he's also watched TV from the 80s, and he's like, this is just a setup from...
Yeah. So this is like this place he's going to go to when this job goes bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, I mean, it just goes on forever, and finally, he kills this dude.
Okay.
And, it does go bad. He has to go to his...
Now, and what was his mark? Do they get into that at all, or?
It's some guy that, apparently, it's another assassin that takes the kind of jobs Billy won't take. Like, Billy won't hurt kids, or he has to know they're like a bad person before he'll go and kill them.
Okay.
And this guy just doesn't give a fuck. And he got caught up in like some gambling thing. He was cheating or whatever and got caught. He went back and killed this guy and got caught on camera. And
Okay.
So
I guess he's a loose end for all these other mobsters that he
Yeah,
was doing
yeah.
hits for and
Yeah.
stuff.
so they're gonna have him in front of this courthouse, and then Billy's supposed to shoot him from the corner. So that happens, and so there's this getaway plan. But really, it is they're getting Billy so they can assassin him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he doesn't go with them. He goes to his hidey house
Okay.
where he's gonna be undercover. So they think he left town, and think he's gone back to Vegas because they're close to there. This is the Vegas gangsters that we're talking about.
Okay.
No.
Now, is this modern, though? Is this like...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, he's stuck in this basement apartment, and, he can't go out, and he has just like a little window, of the street or whatever. So he's watching it rain or something. This van drives by, and these dudes just toss this girl out into the ditch and drive away.
And he knows he shouldn't get involved.
See?
But he can't help it because he
It's
has
true.
he has a conscience. This is obviously a good person that's being victimized by these faceless van people, and he has to break cover.
Yeah.
Am I off the mark
No,
here?
not at all.
Why? Is this an episode of the A-Team? I'm sorry. Please continue.
I told you. It's just...
Okay, so I'm assuming he's like he makes the risk and he jumps out
Yes.
to scoop this
Yes,
girl up and
yes.
bring her into.
Yeah, and then that's when, but I'm telling you, this is 2/3 the way into the book. The other 2/3, we have been sitting here
Just chilling.
waiting to murk this dude. Just
Okay.
waiting.
So what should have been like
Yeah.
10 pages of exposition to get to this point, because it sounds
Yeah.
like this is where the story.
This is where it all starts. Because now he's going to go adventure with these dudes.
Is she
He
dead?
No, he's not. He saves her.
But she's all beat up, I'm sure, and has to recover in his undercover safe house.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad.
So who is this girl?
It just doesn't... He doesn't even know her from before or anything.
Okay.
She's a girl that has moved to this town, is going to college nearby, went on a couple of dates with this dude, and he roofies her when she shows up at his house and takes her in a van with his friends and gang rapes her like an asshole.
And then when they're done, they just dump her right in front of the most deadly assassin that just happens to be camping out in this random
it's
part
like
of America.
It's a poor side of town where he's got this hideout.
Okay. So is it the same people that he was working for or thereabouts, or is it a different set
No, these are just 3 random college assholes.
Okay.
Like, she's going to college. She meets this dude. He's just talking her up, you know.
Yeah.
I think they went on like 2 dates, and then he's going to take her to this party, so she shows up at his house, and they totally roofie her and abuse this girl. Just college a-holes.
So what does he do to get revenge?
So he finds out where they live and their habits or whatever.
So more undercover work and research and what's going on with all the other gangsters that are looking for him at the same time?
They don't see him, so he's totally in disguise. He's been put on this fat suit and a blonde wig and a stash.
He didn't find like another main character from an 80s movie to like sit on his shoulders and then wear a big trench coat over both of them?
No.
Okay, so
he's been doctoring this girl, and he finds him, and they really did a number on this girl, and he ties them up and does a number on them. So he gets one of those, those hand mixer things.
A whisk?
No, like
an egg beater?
No, like an automatic one, the one with the little
the electric egg beater.
Not an egg beater, like the little shake maker.
Oh, a blender, an immersion blender.
Yeah.
Yes. And he immersion blends them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And makes him call her and apologize.
Well, that's nice. You get closure all around.
I don't know. And,
like when he did that, did Terry Crews come through there talking about you're being blended, dancing with his pecs like that Adam Sandler movie?
So, then it comes back. What? Why did you do that?
You didn't even acknowledge my blended joke. I thought it was really poignant, well thought out, and like visually inspiring.
No, the children have numbed me to that whole thing. You guys went through like 2 years of everything was fucking blended, just nonstop.
Blend and Billy Summers is blending. These college kids' brains with a blender.
It's not their brains, it was their balls.
Oh, their buttholes. I was thinking it was going to be their balls.
No.
Well, I bet they give a shit now.
They do.
Because they have big holes. Anyway. Okay, so he gets his revenge and then steals off in the night, right?
No, so then it comes back around to why did this job get so effed up? He still hadn't got his money. You know, they promised him $2 million.
They didn't even... Yeah, they knew they were going to burn him.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's, like, going to get his money. And,
See, so there's a problem right there. Like, that's a missed beat. Because if you're going to go this route, something should have gone wrong. He could have gotten his revenge, gotten the apology, and then gone wrong as he's trying to leave. Like his disguise fails, and now he has to try to escape, but he can't go back to a safe house because she's there, and he can't leave. Like, that's genuine drama. So I'm interested to see where genius writer Stephen King took this epic story. It seems like that part's just done.
No, it's not.
Oh,
so they tie
okay.
it back in. So it turns out that, like, the guy that they were trying to kill was the Southern assassin. And he had killed this dude's son because his son was going to tell everybody what a fucking sick pedophile he was.
Okay.
And, So this girl, this with Billy Summers, hears about this, and she's like, fuck, this guy's not getting away with it. And she's like, I'm going to help you. We're going to lure this guy in, and we're going to murk him. And so they go, get all the information from the gangsters that hired him, and his money and all that shit.
Okay. What, they just go knock on their door and
No,
they're like,
no,
hey,
they
we're
make-
done with all that.
No, they make a plan.
Okay.
No. Well, it turns out that this guy has fucked everybody over.
Okay.
And, they all know Billy's gonna come after him. Like, the gangster guy in Las Vegas, like, when he shows up, he's like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have fucked you over. They were offering me so much money. I mean, yeah. And he feels bad about it. And so he ends up, Billy doesn't kill anybody there, but he really wounds this one, bitch mafia lady's son.
Okay.
And she is pissed about it. And he's, like, brain damaged and in the hospital. Right. And, so they get all this information. They find where this guy is in his, like, mansion. They're gonna go after him. And they get her to the entryway to get him inside where they're gonna kill this old man.
Okay.
And, they kill him. And they're getting away. And the other gangster's mom shows up. She's been following him, like, all across the country.
Oh, wow.
And fucking kills Billy.
And kills Billy.
Yes. And so, then the girl has to finish the book.
Oh, wow. Is
Oh.
it better after that?
No.
Like, is she a better writer?
No, she acts like it's him, so she writes just as bad. But, okay. So, here's the thing. Did I tell you about this? How his contact, the one that handles all his money and his assassinations and
Yeah.
his accounts man,
The guy behind the
the
keyboard.
Merc manager. That's right. So they go to his house, and he lives way out in these mountains, super under the radar, and they go out there, and it's like across the mountains in Colorado from where the Overlook Hotel was.
Okay.
So, like, when they're out in the mountains, this one little, like, writer's cabin that
Okay.
he goes out to while he's, like, in between all this while Billy's still writing. He said, like, one time he's looking out there, and he was like, what's that burned down, building or whatever? No, what's that hotel over there? They're like, well, the Overlook used to be over there, but it got burnt down.
Right.
And,
And that's that it got burned down in the sequel to the
Yeah,
Shining.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, right.
yes. So, then he goes into this little writer's cabin, and there's a painting on the wall of all of the, topography? You know where they did
Topography.
of
Yeah,
the
a
animals of the maze? The shrubberies.
Oh, the topiary.
topiaries
Yeah.
that are all shaped like animals
Uh-huh.
at the maze at the Overlook Hotel at the Shining.
Yeah.
So there's a painting of these animal topiaries.
Right.
And Billy swears, like, he'll go to writing and look up and they moved. And it freaks him out. So he always has to, while he writes, he takes the painting down and turns it up against the wall. But he swears, like, every time he comes back, it's back on the wall. And that the animals have moved.
So it's a little haunted.
It's
but
a little
only-
haunted.
Only near the Overlook. Like,
Yeah.
that's ghosts runoff
Yeah.
from the Overlook's ghost factory that they're doing over there.
Yeah.
But when is this?
So, like, this is, like, he gets revenge on the college kids.
Uh-huh.
And she decides she's going to help him get his money back and figure out why this job went so wrong.
So that's where they do it? They go into double hiding in this mountain cabin?
Yes.
Okay.
That belongs to his, merc man.
Contact or contact.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a slight nod to a better story. They make a...
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, it's like probably 4 like little reference. It was cool. I thought it was cool.
I mean, it is cool. It's Stephen King. We're like, remember when I used to drink and write? And then I wrote, oh my god, oh yeah, let's talk about The Shining. Oh, what's that? I don't know, this guy that got isolated and was going to write. He was a writer that drank too much and just drinking writers. That was the main character in Salem's Lot. It was, what other Stephen King stories were drinking?
Is there a drinking writer in Needful Things?
It's got to be.
Right.
That is, yeah, that's New England, isn't it? There's got to be a drinking writer in there somewhere. I only ever saw the movie.
And then Misery. Was he a drinker?
I'm sure he took a lot of painkillers after all that happened.
After the Misery? Yeah.
After the Misery? Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of... In Stephen King's world, we're all writers.
And drinkers.
And drinkers. Most of us drinkers. So, okay. So then that's... So then where does the girl go after this? Because she's been tied to several murders. She
has. But the Merc manager gets her a whole new identity and sets her up with his share of the money that Billy was going to get so she can go to college. And she goes to college to be a writer.
And to drink and to be a drunk writer at a haunted house.
They didn't say anything about that. But she does see the Overlook too, which kind of means like you're gonna be a drunk writer.
Does she use her mind to talk to black people or
no?
I'm just trying to.
You can't. You can make your jokes when you've read Dr. Sleep.
I saw the movie.
Doesn't count.
It's basically the same.
It is not.
It had Obi-Wan Kenobi in it. And
who did he play?
Oh, the kid.
Huh?
Who? The
What is his name?
It's Billy Batson.
It's not Billy Batson.
And he would yell a wizard's name and then turn into a superhero and fight the ghosts.
That is not how that happens.
That's not
No.
Shazam?
No.
I don't know, what was his name in it? Toby? Maguire? That wasn't his name. I remember
Tony was his imaginary friend.
In his finger, wasn't it?
That lived in his mouth.
Yeah. That's weird. Is that how it was described in the book with his little hooky finger that he did?
I think they just did that in the movie. I remember Hughes just said that Tony was the guy, his friend that lived in his mouth.
Well, I know the movie it's not a Stephen King movie. It was...
Oh, it's what's his name?
I don't know.
2001.
Oh, yeah. I hope somebody makes it this far in this Oddcast.
Stop it.
And is yelling at us and being like, "It's Kevin Conroy." Just kidding. That's Batman. But I hope you did say that, because you're wrong, and somebody out there is just as dumb as me and can't think of Phil Spector. No, that's a pervert. Eyes wide shut.
What is wrong with me?
Come on, what's this?
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
The guy that did the moon landing.
Oh, that's right. He did do the moon landing. So that was okay. So after all that, and we've made a lot of fun of this book. Would you recommend it? What do you give it out of 5 odds?
5 odds. That doesn't even make sense. Like,
with 1 being the worst odds. Oh, see, it does work.
No, it
and
doesn't.
5 being the best odds.
So dumb.
I'm so smart. This is the best.
3 odds.
You give it 3 odds. Okay. So those aren't bad odds. They're not the worst odds. Nobody's brother threatened to turn into a werepanther.
I did enjoy it, and he totally gets you rooting for Billy.
Well, I mean, it's Steven. It's character work is still his character work.
It's fun.
Is it?
I'm mad. I'm really mad about the first part. Like that is just.
It felt like it wasted your time a little bit.
It felt mean.
Yeah.
It felt like Stephen King hates me, and I mean he can't write an ending to a book. It's not my fault that I bring that up.
It's true. He's gotten better. He has his. When was this written? This
is new. I just
2020
got this at the,
maybe. It's a hardcover.
Well, I got it at the not a swap meet.
With all the bikers.
Robinson's.
Oh, the salvage, the consignment store.
Yeah. Is it a consignment store or salvage?
I mean, it's not...
2021.
Oh, that is brand new, yeah. I don't know if it's... I mean, it's not like they went into wreckage and salvaged all that stuff. I'm pretty sure...
It was, look, it's kind of dented here. Look
I mean...
at this. I did that. And Phil, it has this film on it. It has
a film on it? Well, hopefully that's the only film related to it. I don't know what this film you're... On the pages, or...
No, you don't feel that, like,
yeah,
chalky feeling?
Yeah, that's a finish on the dust cover.
No,
I mean,
that's where it was salvaged.
You gotta... you gotta pay extra for that.
That's how it was salvaged. That's how the salvage monster, like, picked it up and spit it out. And he got that...
Did he drive a cool red pickup truck?
Yes, he did.
That's my favorite part of that whole book. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an Odd Readings Oddcast, where we got 3 out of 5 odds. And those are pretty good odds.
Stop it.
So clever. I'm loving this. And I hope that you enjoyed all of this. And when we do another one, when we get around to it, you'll enjoy that one too. Okay, so say goodbye, Leslie.
Bye, Leslie.
Bye now.